Hello YouTube, this is Jeff with Jeff's Toy Reviews, and today I am finally reviewing Zeta Toys ZA-03 Armageddon, basically team leader Blitzkrieg, or Zeta Toys version of Onslaught. Now this guy is enormous, and the box itself is 22 inches tall, or in length, you know, in height, and it's just wow. Armageddon itself is an amazing figure. Blitzkrieg is amazing. I'm going to go over this in parts. If the video gets too long, then I will break it down into parts, but right now we're going to start with the box, go from there. Like, this thing's amazing. Really nice piece of artwork, you know, as you can tell. And then, you know, at the bottom it says ZA-03 Armageddon, all your warnings and stuff. Mine did come a little damaged in shipping, but that's okay. There is him on the side of the package as Blitzkrieg. There is a nice piece of art here of the center torso for Armageddon. Again, you get Blitzkrieg's art here. On the top it just says Zeta Toys, and then on the other side, flipping this box all around because it's huge, it just has him in his truck mode. Now there are a few things that need to be done with the truck mode, and I'm actually starting in the truck mode because to get into combiner it's easier to go from robot mode. So I'm going to bring the camera down here, and there he is in his vehicle mode. There is Blitzkrieg. Now, to start off, really neat little features here. He rolls. I mean, he rolls straight. No shocks. Nope, no shocks or anything. Tires are rubber, which is nice. Really nice paint details throughout. Just done really well. I really like all the paint scheme. This guy is Onslaught. This is what Onslaught is supposed to be. Mirrors keep popping in here. I'm going to bring us in a little closer here so I can get a little bit more into this. You can see they did paint the silver on the mirrors, which I think is pretty nice. The turret does rotate. It's very tight. So tight that it untabbed itself. Let me bring this down a little bit more since we're looking at the vehicle. These flaps come down. These ramps, excuse me. So you can have a vehicle drive up. Not as smooth as it should be, but I mean, come on. This thing is what it is. Really amazing. I'm very happy with this figure, to say the least. Very happy. So there are a few things that are kind of strange. Like, the instructions only show how to transform him from robot to vehicle mode, and then from robot to combined mode. So it doesn't show any of the variations that you can do with Onslaught or Blitzkrieg. I'm going to call him Onslaught through the remainder of review. Really nice details though. I mean, you have the windshield wipers are molded and they're painted silver. Really strong ratchets there. You do have right here, you can put a little Decepticon symbol if you want. Let me whiten that up a little bit. You can put a little Decepticon symbol right there. This has got your headlight details. It's like a clear plastic with red on the inside, which is cool. Smoke glass or smoke plastic here. I mean, just the little details and accents are really, really nice. Now, he can fit takeoff or blast off in this case. Can fit on the back. That's how that looks. Sharpen that up there a little bit, and then yeah, fit there. I am going to go do why don't we do the comparisons right now then, since I do have their version of Blast Off, Brawl, Swindle, and Vortex. And I gotta bring the camera out just to get that in there. So quick note before we continue with Brawl here. A very cool person messaged me and asked if there's a way to move this because they were having issues where they were trying to take apart the turret. Well, I didn't put it in my video, and I should have, and the instructions don't show this, but you can actually extend this. Come on. Oi, excuse me. Why isn't it extending now? There we go. It extends all the way out because that's what the barrel is supposed to be, and then from there it can. There we go. You'll see that the little port is no longer there, and then it can raise and lower like it's supposed to. And that was my fault. I should have done a follow-up after I was told about that, and it would have been a little easier, but there that is. I had to share that before we went any further, so kind of get a look at the entire team here. Now let's get these guys out of here, and then I'm going to show you a few Masterpiece figures are in their vehicle modes. I can go with him so you take a look. I don't have any Decepticons out here with me, but I do have Sideswipe and Prowl, and also of course, Hasbro version of Optimus Prime with the MP10 mold. And that's how they all look together. Do apologize for the moving of the camera. I'm just trying to make sure that everything can be seen from all the angles, and it's difficult given the size of this figure. Given the size of this figure and the detail that has gone. Not just the size, but the amount of stuff that this figure can do. So we're going to move this out of the way, move this out of the way, this out of the way. And so there we have Onslaught in his car mode. Now for accessories, he comes with a ton. Now for the vehicle mode, you can already see he has his cannons on the back. He does come with this ramp piece here. Okay, now so to do the ramp, to add the ramp, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to bring this in a lot closer because I need to get some working room here. I'm going to flip this piece out, and we're going to bring that up, fold that down up for now. Same thing on this side and this side here. It's just going to collapse on itself. Actually, this is going to go like that. Like so, just for now, okay? And we're going to separate this, like so. We're going to bring this tab in. This is plugged into that port there. I'm going to fold that in, and then it's just going to collapse like that. So it's going to give you this L shape here, or this 90-degree bend. Now, it's cool that it can do this. I was really impressed that it does this. This can come back around, fill in those gaps there, and then you can just kind of close that in as well, fill in the gap, bring this around like so, and then so that's that for now. You're going to take the ramp here and actually take the ramp, and you're going to, you have ports here and here and here and here to make sure that you're on the right side with the ramp. You see how there's a peg here and a port. Well, on this side you have a peg and a space and 2 ports. There we go. You have your peg. Oh, you have your nub there and your 2 ports. It's going to go right into here. So actually, I guess you don't fill these back in. You just leave those like where they were. You take this and you're going to go ahead and I always try to tidy things up, and I need to leave them kind of messy for now. You're going to take this and you're going to just like that, like so. Let me bring this in. Now, there's no instructions for this, and I have actually stayed away from looking at a lot of the different materials on this figure because I'm trying to just kind of do it my own way, I guess, see if I can figure it out. And for the most part, I have. So that'll stick out like so, and then you can bring these ramps back down again, like that, or you can bring that. Bring the ramp down and then kind of just set everything back to the way it was, and there you have several ramps, or then you can just fill this in and fill up those pieces there. Now you can take Prowl and he can, you know, go up there a little bit. Not very, you know, it doesn't, I mean, it's not very pretty, you know. None of the other figures will fit really on here. Like, for example, you can put Swindle up there, but I mean, if you look at this, the scale is ridiculous. But I didn't buy this guy for the vehicle scales. The tank you can put back there. Brawl you can put up there if you like. No biggie. You can Vortex. I mean, they can all go up there. Not a problem. And yeah, sorry, I keep fiddling with these flaps. So that can go like so. Now the centerpiece, the one thing that Zeta Toys and I guess in this case it would be, well, Zeta Toys in this case, but in past cases it was Toy World. They come with this, the waist and everything pieces. I haven't even gone over the accessories, but you're going to take this port here, goes right into the back there, and because it doesn't stay together very well, like so, that port basically comes in to do that, and then you can have this monstrous piece stored on that. I'm not going to put it all the way in there just because it's a pain in the butt and I don't want to do that. So there he is for the comparisons in vehicle mode with everybody, and also a few of the things. I'm not going to show the base mode because I haven't found a good instructional video yet and good pictures, great enough pictures to do the base mode. I've seen little pictures here and there and they've been fine, but it hasn't been great, so I'm not going to do it. Sorry about that. If I do find a good video, then I will go ahead and put that all in all together and show, and put that video together and show everybody. But I'm going to put this guy back into his truck mode, straighten the leg back out, snap everything back into place, and then bring the legs, or bring the tail piece together, back down, and like so. So there he is. There is Blitzkrieg / Onslaught. Now, I already showed you this piece. He does come with the ramp. The ramp does have a nice hinge in there, and it's a stable hinge. This does fold in half for storage, or basically just to put away someplace, because it doesn't really store anywhere. At least that I haven't found yet, but you never know, because it has all these different ports, so I'm sure there's some place to put this. He does come with these two very large feet, and really nice sturdy ratchets. And this is die cast. This is just straight chromed out die cast. It's heavy. It's a heavy foot. Really cool. And with the feet and some of the other accessories that he came with, I'm just going to go over everything right now, really. So he comes with these two ginormous feet, really nice gunmetal on them, some red paint here, nice gunmetal, gray plastic. Now with that, you do get these two pieces here, and you slide them in. They don't really, they're not tight. Like, they just slide in and then they can slide right back out. And it's kind of weird because I tried putting takeoff or blast off. There's a port here on the bottom, and you take one of these, and it has a circled and square, which is what it has here. It looks like a square, but there's a circle, there's a cylinder port there, and you're supposed to just be able to take that and do that, and then you do this. But it really isn't very, I mean, I guess if you don't move it, it's okay. But yeah, it's not ideal. And I mean, it's a nice feature, but it's not really the ideal thing that I was looking to see for this set. But it comes with those. He does come with, besides the 2 feet, heavy feet, he does come with really nice articulated hands for Bruticus. Very firm, tough, solid joints, which is great. You know, he can make a fist, which is really cool. He puts his finger on the trigger if you like. You can get a good triggering hand. Just all around great joints. Really stiff, and then of course he can spread his fingers like he's, yeah man, doing jazz hands. So jazz hands, and then it's got a good nice ratchet in the wrist, and the wrist can go all the way back like that. So you can get really good range of motion with the hands, which is nice, and the fingers. So, and I'll show that off as well. So it does come with the right and left hand. He also comes, and this was something I was very excited about because I wasn't sure if this was going to happen or not, but he comes with his own rifle for Bruticus. Other figures, other sets that are out there, he doesn't come with his own. You kind of have to take the weapons and put it together. This one, you don't. It's a very solid piece of plastic. You know, it's just brown with a little bit of silver and gunmetal on it. It's great though. Really, really nice. I like it. It's perfect. It fits in his hand perfectly. It's just, and it's huge. It's a huge rifle. I mean, this guy's huge. He is, I believe, almost 18 inches in length right now. The box itself is 22 inches tall. And let's see. He does come with 2 missiles as well. These are sharp, so be very careful when putting them in. They do shoot, but you have to extend those, and I will demonstrate that later. And he also comes with the torso piece. Now, the torso piece is huge. It's more than I thought it was going to be. I thought it wasn't going to be as great, do as much. But yeah, there is the torso piece. I'll bring this up. So I mean, there's a lot of parts forming, but I don't care. The way this guy comes together and looks, parts form all you want. This guy's awesome. Armageddon is crazy cool. Or this is Bruticus for me. This is my Masterpiece Bruticus. And he does come with, of course, the head for Bruticus. It's on a little, let's see if I can focus here. His eyes are dead right now, and that's because I don't have batteries that fit this guy's head. I ran out. These are springy, and then you just would press that button and he would speak. He actually speaks, and the voice is pretty nice. Does have this nice big plug here, this nice pin, and that allows for swivel and then up and down. But I really like the head sculpt on this Bruticus, or this Bruticus head. Fantastic. And since, you know, looking at everything, how things went with the G1 figures, and I like the fact that the head's not built in, that there is a little bit of parts forming because it takes me back, and I like that. Blitzkrieg does come with his own gun as well. Really nice, done well, just standard black with a little bit of red. Also, I should point out too, on the gun for Bruticus, or Armageddon, whatever you want to call him. I'm calling him Bruticus from now on. It does convert to a small, so he can actually hold this gun. It looks ridiculous, but he can hold this gun. So I'm going to put that back out like that. Take this. And he also does come with some screw covers if you need them. I haven't put any on there. There are 5. 5 for the left, 5 for the right. I just haven't put them on there because I just didn't want to. It's just, I wasn't in the mood to do it. So I've been lazy a little bit. Sorry. So let's go ahead and get Blast Off out of the way. And we're going to take this off here. Whew. This has really big ratchets, and this does come apart, which is good because, you know, you'll need it apart later, or you can keep it together. These do extend. I might as well. Ooh, I keep doing that. These pieces are just held on by friction, and nothing wrong with that, but they're just held on by friction. Now, when they're collapsed, you cannot put in the missile. The missile does have a very sharp tip. So, well, it's there. Well, actually, maybe you can. Let's see. Yeah, I guess you can, but you can't put it in while it's down. You actually have to like put it in first, then do that. So I'll have to do that. And then there's a little firing button right here. You just pull that back, and this thing hurts. Like, don't fire it at your kids if you have kids. Don't fire it at your pets because it's a mean thing to do. And yeah, not cool. It hurts quite a bit. And but you know, we're supposed to be adult, so that works. So now to get this guy into his robot mode is simple, I think. So we're going to go ahead and come back here. We'll start with the legs. We will bring this piece here up, and no, we're just going to bring this piece up. We're not going to snap it into place. You're going to come back here, and this is on a double hinge, and that's just going to come out like so, and then separate that. These are tabbed in together. Go ahead and bring out the double hinge. Just bring these down, close that in like so, and then you have a pin here, port here. Just kind of make sure everything lines up with it. Get that one out of the way, and once you get it lined up, it should look like that. And then you're going to do the same thing on this side. There you go. And then you're going to leave that there for now. You're going to take this piece here, fold down, and you're going to do the same thing here. It's on a double hinge. Bring that down. You're going to take this piece, flip this up. Actually, you're going to take this all the way up, bring this piece up, collapse it. Just bring this up out of the way for now. Take these out, and you can, at this time, separate. You can separate the legs if you like. And what this does is these are just going to come out here. This is plugged into here. So you're just going to bring this down, and then you'll see that there is another port here and this pin here, and that just goes in there and holds everything into place. Then you have these two tabs here, then they're going to go right into those slots, and then that gives it a little bit extra stability. Now you're going to come up here and you're going to take this, and on this double hinge, come around, and then these two slots are going to go on those tabs, and that's that. And then you're going to take this and you're going to fold, you're going to bring those tabs out, you come all the way around, snap that into place, and boom, now you have a foot. Easy peasy, right? So you're going to come down again, bring that piece in like so. And I will tell you, of all these figures, I like his transformation the most. I find it the most fun. And there we go. I'm going to raise the camera up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to go ahead and rotate here. And you're going to see this here. This is going to come down like so. And then it's going to rotate back and then back up like that. And then you're going to come here, bring down, and then you're going to bring up and then back up. And you can't see any of the locking mechanisms or anything. You'll hear it click into place, but you're going to get that. Should look like that on his back. Okay. You're going to take the mirrors, go ahead and fold those down. You're going to take these here. They were tabbed in. Go ahead and rotate that, put that there, or flip these back on the double hinge. Put that there. Then we're going to take this piece here, kind of work this loose, and there is a tab here. I'll bring that down, tab there on both sides, and then it's pinned in. See here on the side, there's a pin there. There's a tab there. There's a little slot in there too. You're just going to make sure that everything comes undone like so. You're going to bring this back down, and then you're going to take this piece here. You're going to bring out there. It is, there's a peg here and hole here. Same thing. You're going to bring this down like so. Just flip this just to where it's down at 90 degrees. And then on this double hinge here, you're going to bring that all the way in. And it's just going to friction hold into place. Oh, well, there's also the slot and tab here. Sorry. So that's going to go there. And then you're going to take this piece here. And you see there's a port here. And on the bottom here, there are two pegs, and you're going to just bring this piece and it's just going to come up, and then that'll lock everything into place on the backpack. There we go. Everything should be locked now. Good. Perfect. So it'll look funky like that. Come back up here. I'm going to take the chest piece, fold this down. I'm going to undo the arms, bring it down like so. You can take this piece now, and I'm just going to go ahead and put it like the G1 era right now. We'll do the flat from the cartoon. You're going to take the arms, and you're going to take this piece here, and you're going to come back, and this is going to rotate up. You're just going to kind of leave that dangling for now. You're going to take this piece, the front here, and you're going to bring out the fist. And then this is just going to collapse here. There is a tab here, slot there. And that just really, I mean, these tabs get into place really good. And then this piece here, you're going to come here, and there's kind of like, there's a little tab here. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. There is a tiny, tiny tab right. Focus on that right there. It's going to plug into this port. So this one here is going to plug in right there. I was pointing at the screen. I don't know why, but there's that. Okay, and then we're going to go over here and pretty much do the same thing again. So we're going to come back down, take this piece here, and we're going to bring out the fist. And when we do, it's just going to kind of go through on this nice little double hinge. And then this is going to tab in again. It's weird, not much of a hole on this side for it to tab into, but it's there. And then there's that. Now, if you have fingernails, you gotta grab it from the top here, pull his head out. And it doesn't snap into place, but it is in there. It does sit really well. And it just sits perfectly straight there. It takes a little bit of force to push it back in, which is great. There's no tabs. I have seen where people have like taken this, where they've undone this piece, and then they bring this forward and then rotate this around and then bring that up, and then kind of just let the piece hang there so you can have more of a filled in arm. I don't like the way that looks. I think that kind of looks ridiculous, and that is really only used for when you go into Bruticus mode. So I'm not sure why people have done that. I did see a review where somebody did do that, and I was like, oh, okay, not my favorite. So we have that. Now we take these two pieces again. I'm going to go ahead and lower camera. Take his two back cannons. We're going to bring them together yet again. And you're going to have 4 ports. And then here you have 4 pegs. And that just sits in there. And there we have, he is a little back heavy once you put that on there, but he looks pretty good. It looks really good in his robot mode. I mean, I'm bringing the camera out a little bit. He stands just, I think, over 11 inches. So he is taller than a lot of your Masterpiece scaled figures and so forth. I am going to show you here with some of his Decepticons. Here he is with Megatron. Just to give you an idea of the size. I mean, these guys, this Megatron is right there, and his head doesn't, his head just comes up to his chin. So just to give you an idea, I'll go do some more comparisons here in a moment. I do want to go over a few things first. So for articulation on this guy, let's go to detail first. So we do have, I love the head sculpt. I think the head sculpt is almost perfect because it reminds me of, I'm going to move the light here. My light source is a little, there we go, and perfect. So he has just like all the other figures, they painted the eyes so well to make him just pop. You could see the eyes even when he has light overhead and the shadow. You could still see the red peep out just a little bit, which is great. Now the screw hole covers, they cover this piece, of course, and I think I'm not sure where else, but I'll find it because I'll eventually put those on. You can take, so for his head and the rest of the details, let's go to details first. Really nice paint. Paint applications, although there's not a lot, they are done perfectly well. His head can do a 360. He can look up a little and he can look down a little. He does do a 360 on his arms. He does have shoulder. You can move this piece out and he can go like that. He can also bring up his arm that far, bring that back down, can bring his arm out straight. He does have bicep rotation. He does have a wrist rotation. And he also has all fingers are individually articulated, except the thumb does not move and the fingers are just kind of at this curve. But each finger is done individually, which is pretty nice, and they're pretty tight. He has good grip. He does have a wrist swivel. This is actually part of his transformation into Armageddon. He does have these flaps that come up out of the way, so he can go out like so, and then go up like so. And his feet are heavy, so there's a little bit of die cast in here, and there you go. It can't go 90 degrees at the knee, and he can hyperextend his knee like he was an injured football player. Sorry guys, if you're a football player, I've had hyperextended knee. It hurts. It sucks. His toe does move, and then he does have the ankle pivot there. Additionally, he can take his chest here, bring this up like so, turn it around, and bring it back down, and you can actually give him more of the G1 figure look. I actually like this look myself. Personally, I think it looks better. I will add a nice Decepticon logo there or up on his shoulders. I haven't decided yet, but I think he looks fantastic. He does, for his gun, he can't hold it. It goes right, it's like a cutout. I mean, they do this nice circle cutout, Zeta Toys does, and it's nice because it's a nice tight port, and he's not gonna, I think if I shake him, other parts will come loose before his gun does. His gun is not coming out of there, which is fantastic. Now, the big gun here, we can do the same thing. He does have a small port there, and he can hold it like so. And it's a ridiculously huge gun, right? Seriously, just ridiculously huge. But yeah, but that's because Bruticus for this set is awesome. He was so worth the wait, and the price being as affordable as everything was, it seemed like the figures were just getting better and better. Now, I'm not saying this figure is perfect. He's not. There are things like he is over bulky like the other figures, but I like that. You do see a lot of the sprue marks, throughout the figure as you go through and transform. You'll see them. They're just there. The other thing too is, see, he doesn't always hold. Like the joints, some of the ratchets are really nice. They're great, but and he only has this weird, you can make it go further and you can do the splits all you want, but you either have to have, if you want him standing straight up, he looks like he's got to pee. You have to bring it out a little bit to give him the A stance, and then the A stance is wide, but it's not that wide, but it's still borderline a little bit wider than I'd want, but because it just makes him look shorter. So I really, in his bot mode though, I really like what they've done with him. I think he looks fantastic, and I'm going to bring some stuff out for comparison. So for comparison, I do have a few figures. I did show you Megatron earlier, just for a little bit of size comparison, but here he is in all of his glory. Why is he uneven looking? Why does he look like he's leaning? No, his foot is crooked. Anyway, there he is with Blitzkrieg, or Onslaught for Zeta Toys. Here he is with Inferno. Give you an idea of some of the other Masterpiece figures that he pretty much just towers over. Here he is with Masterpiece Optimus Prime. This guy's huge. Just a massive beast of a character. I'm really impressed with this figure. Here he is with his creator, as it were. I just like this pose for Starscream, so I really don't take him out of that pose. But I mean, looks like he's just given the order to destroy. Really cool setup. I really do like Blitzkrieg quite a bit. And to bring in his compatriots here, gonna need a little bit of room because frankly, they're huge. It's a big set, so I'm gonna push this guy as far back as I can. Bring that there. Got to bring my backdrop just a little bit closer. Here he is with Whirlblade or Vortex, which I'm going to basically call him from now on, because this is, for me, this is the best Bruticus set I've seen, and very happy with the result. Wait. So there he is with Vortex. Here he is with Zeta Toys Takeoff or Blastoff. There he is with Swindle. And last but not least, here he is with Brawl. Now, this for me is an excellent set. I think together they look great. I know a lot of people don't like all the extra kibble or how big and beefy they look. I like the fact that they're big, chunky bots because they're warrior bots. These guys they're the Combaticons. So really enjoy what I've seen with this set, and this set is absolutely amazing. I was going to go ahead and show the change from the robot modes or vehicle modes to their limb modes. I'm actually going to avoid that just because it's a lot of extra time. This video is already going to be over 40 minutes where I'm at now, and that's just for the review of Blitzkrieg. What I will do is my next video, I'm going to make this a two-parter, and well, I guess my next video will actually be the combination, bringing together all 5 figures to one to form Bruticus or Zeta Toys Armageddon. And I will have everybody already in their limb mode, ready to go, except for Blitzkrieg. I will show the transformation to get him into the his piece for the combiner, and then I'll go ahead and put everything together so you can check it out. So from there, I'll do my review of Armageddon. Do I think this set is worth it? Based just on these figures, for the price point, yes. I think the set is fantastic. For what you get with Armageddon, the combiner, I would have paid more. Just not saying, oh, I think they should raise their price, but I think it's a figure that goes with Constructor, Toy World's Constructor that came out a few years ago. Fantastic setup. These guys just add that much to it. It's fantastic setup. It's a fantastic group. Great looking team. Really like the way they look together. And my final thoughts is I think Blitzkrieg he's not perfect, but he's close. He looks pretty good. So thank you so much for watching. This has been my review of Zeta Toys ZA-03 Blitzkrieg. And please like this video if you liked it. Share it with your friends. And also, you know, I mean, the more likes I get, the better it is for me. Share with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And thank you so much again for watching. Just take care of yourselves out there, and I'll see you next time. Have a great one now. Take care. Bye-bye.